As Katie mentioned, Rick Rizzo, Mike's older brother, asked me to read his thoughts to you. As you can see, it's four pages.
You don't have time to go off script.
Yes, I'm going to stick to the script, and please help me get through it. It's touching. So titled it, Reflections on My Brother Mike Rizzo. I'm sorry that I'm not able to be with you today, as I'm with the rest of the family. We're finding comfort in being together and being able to lean on each other. I want you to know how pleased we are that others that were so special to Mike are together in the Indy area. We hope that it provides a degree of healing and some therapeutic smiles and laughs in thinking about some of your shared experiences with him. I know that at a later date, we'll have the opportunity to pull together countless others that adored my brother. My earliest memory of Mike was the day he was born. I remember sitting in a hospital with hearts cut out and pasted all over the windows and walls. It was February 14th, Valentine's Day. What a fitting day for him to be born. A holiday centered around love. He had an incredible capacity to love those that earned it. And with Mike, it didn't take much to earn his love and support. So often he gave more than he got back. As you know, Mike made friends on every path he took in life. He delighted in talking to strangers, and often those strangers became friends. Like the gas station guy. While this is obviously a difficult time for our family, we have been helped so much by the countless number of incredible messages and photos we've received from Mike's friends from all stages of his life. It's been a reminder that the breadth and depth of Mike's friendships yielded more joy in 55 years than most people living much longer would ever experience. In recent days, I've told a few people that I believe that friendships are the most valuable currency in life, and that in this regard, my brother left this world an extremely wealthy man. One of the things I'll miss most is Mike's entrance when he arrived for a visit. He would enter the house with a big smile and move quickly to hug everyone in his path. He was a great hugger. He would arrive with all sorts of things that he had been told not to bring and that weren't needed, but he would bring contributions anyway. It wouldn't be long before he then asked, "What can I do to help?" His generosity and willingness to help others was constant throughout his life. So many of our shared experiences involve sports. As a skinny kid, it was good that I was the older brother because Mike was a strong kid who would have destroyed me playing tackle football in the backyard if we had been the same age. One of the unfortunate things about Mike's passing is that I'll never get to see him confess to my parents that it was him that made a hole in the living room wall while throwing a ball while they were away. This has been a source of controversy and mutual denial for years. I have so many great memories with Mike that revolves around golf. We played together in many member guest tournaments, always with the mission to win second place. You see, if you win, you have to wait around forever for a playoff with other group winners. If you come in second, you feel good about yourselves and get to sit down and laugh and drink with friends the rest of the day. We had a couple fantastic trips to Ireland and Scotland, which included tons of memorable moments and laughs. I'm grateful that William was with Mike and I during our final round of golf together in June. Like any day on the golf course with Mike, it was filled with big laughs and smiles. Mike and I shared a passion for the New Orleans Saints. For most of our lives, this has been a painful experience, but we've known good times in recent years, and I'm so thankful that he got to experience the joy of a Super Bowl championship in his lifetime, something we never thought possible. It's special and perhaps bad parenting that we've passed this passion for the Saints on to our sons. I don't have many material possessions that are important to me, but one that I cherish is a small brass plaque that says "Who Dat?" that Mike gave me as a housewarming gift when we first moved to New Orleans. It sits near our doorbell, and almost every day I look out the window and see people who get a kick out of it, and we'll have someone take their picture while standing next to it. It's now the single most important most important possession in my life, because it connects me back to Mike. Damn, Rick.
Stupid Rick.
There's only 3 pages left.
Mike's greatest legacy is his son, William. From day one, Will has been Mike's highest priority in life. When I think about Mike as a father, I think about my paternal grandfather, an angel of a man that Mike and I loved enormously. Mike and I was his only grandchildren. He spoiled us both as children and young adults, but not with anything that required money. He spoiled us with his time and attention. He was so vested in whatever we were doing in our lives. He was there every step of the way. He would drive hundreds of miles to be at one of our games or to be at a school event. He mailed us countless letters filled with love and things that made us laugh. He was so deeply interested in everything we did, and he supported us along the way with his presence and the occasional bit of advice. For all of Will's life, I've witnessed the same type of loving support from Mike. Will has become an outstanding young man. He's going to have much success in life, and Mike's fingerprints will be all over each of those successful milestones. It pleases me to know that in Mike's last couple of days, he learned that Will was receiving a full-time job offer from a top-tier financial firm. In my last conversation with Mike, he told me about the pending offer and how incredibly proud he was of Will. I feel inspired to do whatever I can to help support Will in future years, and I'm looking forward to watching him do special things for others, because it will inevitably remind me of his father. The first time Mike met my wife Julia, he invested time and energy building a great relationship with her. He was just great with her from the earliest of days. So great that I'm sure on more than one occasion when she's annoyed with me, Julia has at least been tempted to say, "I wish you would be more like your brother." Recently, Mike sent a text to someone in my family that simply said, "I adore Julia." Coming from someone as important in my life as Mike was, it felt so wonderfully validating to hear. Based on the many things Julia has said about my brother over the years, I know the feelings of love and admiration were mutual. And for the rest of our lives, our family will get so much comfort from knowing and seeing how happy Mike was in the last couple years. Sometime last year, Mike told us about this special person he met named Vicky. When we asked questions about her, he told us he hadn't met her in person yet.
He hadn't met her in person yet.
We had the same experience. Because she sounded so good, too good to be true, and Mike was so excited, we were candidly worried that she didn't exist, and that Mike was being scammed. Mike was such a generous soul that if there was anyone in my life that was going to send money to someone who didn't exist, it would probably be Mike. We were relieved to later find out that she really did exist. And when Mike brought Vicky to New Orleans to meet Julia and I, we instantly understood why Mike was so excited. Mike's relationship with Vicky transformed him, injecting him with the enthusiasm and positive energy that we hadn't seen in many, many years. Vicky inspired him to fully commit to his health and wellness, something that many who loved him had tried to for the longest time. Vicky, the depth and specialness of the loving relationship you and Mike forged is abundantly clear to our family and many of Mike's friends. We will always be grateful that you gave Mike more joy and happiness in a short period of time than he'd had in decades cumulatively. What a gift to Mike and to those who cared about him and wanted him to be happy. Thank you, Vicky. We are forever grateful. And because of what you meant to Mike, we hope you remain in our lives. Mike was my only sibling, and losing him was crushing. But the feeling of loss and hurt will ultimately be no match for an abundance of fantastic memories and the deep gratitude I feel for having the best brother anyone could ever wish for. Mike, I love you so much, and I look forward to one day being reunited and having another one of those great hugs. Rick.